Hello, everybody. I did not realize how off to the side my head was when everything transitioned in. My name is Alexander Kazina, aka Kozibear, and I would like to cordially invite you to another installment in my Pokemon Platinum No Item Nuzlocke run. This is, of course, the only Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke run where yours truly can't use any items in battle over here on twitch.tv/Kozibear Live. The show broadcasts every Monday and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. EST. Well, normally. We'll get back to that in a second. And when you're done with that, you can catch up on all my prior broadcasts over on YouTube, where they publish as VODs every Wednesday and Saturday. Again, normally that's the case, but we'll get back to that. Without further ado, let's go ahead and let's jump right back into the game. Last time around, we had just finished clearing out Orberg Mine. It's the mine that's just south of Orberg City that we're kind of facing at the moment. Hold on a sec. I don't know why, but my camera is weirdly off center. Here we go. This is much better. And yeah, I was all set and ready to go and potentially challenge the gym leader, or at least check out his gym. And then the Thursday following that, I had to go and attend a little kind of video game indie mixer event here in Montreal, hosted by this place called Gameplay Space, which is like a video game incubator for a bunch of like indie game developers that are working out of this city. And then the following Monday, when I was originally planning on getting back to streaming, it was Canadian Thanksgiving, and we decided to have Canadian Thanksgiving from our cottage in the Eastern Townships. I really went balls to the walls, balls out, preparing all sorts of delicious food, and I also went balls to the walls, balls out, trying to put everything away and clean up in time so that we could return to the city in a timely fashion and I could resume my originally planned stream, but it didn't happen, unfortunately. It didn't happen, but I will divulge all those details once we kind of properly get going here. I do want to mention up front, at the end of last stream, there were a lot of unexpected crackly audio problems that came up, and I'm really sorry about that. What I went and did is I changed up the way that OBS is currently getting the kind of like audio sound information from the emulator that I'm currently using. Hopefully that will fix things. And on top of that, I also implemented some fun new stuff as well. If I hold down the R2 button on my PlayStation 4 controller, for example, I now have a speed up. And yes, the reason why the audio sounded a little bit garbled there is because that is just what happens when you speed up a game well beyond the speed with which it was meant to be sped up. I don't intend to use that a whole lot, but it is there if I'm doing something like pretty monotonous in the future and I just sort of want to get things done and over with. Whew, that was a big speech that I delivered all there up front at once. My mouth muscles are already hurting, and I am feeling a little bit bad about that. Let's go ahead and let's heal up at a Pokemon Center. So, to give ourselves a little bit more of a challenge, I decided to start with Chimchar, because I figured that he would be the more challenging Pokemon of the three starters to use in a Nuzlocke run. You think about Empoleon, you think about Torterra. They're Pokemon that are very big, very bulky, but for Infernape, very, very much a glass cannon. And what that means is that until he evolves into a Monferno, we actually can't really use him in battle. So instead, we kind of got to rely on some of our allies. We, of course, have San Diego, the Psyduck, who has been slowly but surely moving up the ranks in terms of leveling. We have New York, although he's not going to be necessarily the most useful Pokemon in this gym, considering he doesn't really have any attacking electric-type moves at this moment. And we have Madrid, who I think will be quite useful, but we need to level him up a little bit more. And of course, we also have Laval, the Bidoof, and San Jose, the Psyduck, in case our companions up north get into some trouble and aren't able to really kind of pull through. Alright. So first things first, I'm just gonna challenge some of the people at the gym, see how they're doing. And I will make a judgment call as to whether or not I want to keep going or maybe train up my Pokemon a little bit. I like that he actually calls out the fact that I had the opportunity to take a long way around, and I didn't take it. The good news about Madrid is that the only attacking move that he has right now is Low Kick, which is situationally not a very powerful fighting type move if you're using it to fight very light opponents, but if you're using it to fight very heavy opponents, it can actually be very effective. The only problem is that right now the Geodude that I'm fighting is like very defensive. He just used Defense Curl, so unfortunately it's not going to do a lot of damage regardless. Yes! Gotta love the double level up. Oh, hey, there we go, there we go. A little alternative option that we now have at our disposal if for whatever reason using Low Kick isn't all that. Considering that both Madrid and San Diego are both the same level now, I will switch to San Diego for this next battle. I feel like, see, here's the thing about, what's his face? He's a Rock-type gym leader, so he's going to be very weak towards whatever moves we use against him, but he does have a Cranidos, which is capable of inflicting quite a lot of damage, and he also has a pretty unusual kind of signature move in Zen Headbutt, which, wait a minute, does he even have Zen Headbutt? I know that he used it in the anime, but I actually don't remember if he uses it in the actual game. If he does have it, like, that's actually going to be a little bit of a problem for us, because he can hit Geodude super effectively with Zen Headbutt, and he can hit San Diego normally effectively with it, but I mean, he can still do a lot of damage, is the point. I also don't remember what levels his Pokemon are at. Oh, here we go. Of course, our what's it called? Quick Claw is kicking in. And goodbye to Onyx. Okay, I can definitely afford to spend a little bit of time leveling up. I think that much is certain. The only problem is that there aren't really a lot of areas yet around here that we haven't explored, so yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily the best time to level up yet. Unfortunately, we cannot get up here just yet. We'll need a bike for this. If we look at our map, actually, one thing that I loved a lot about Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, and that I especially like about Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum is just how labyrinthian everything about the region is. Obviously, you have the labyrinthian underground area, but also look at how crazy labyrinthian this whole world is. It is awesome. I love it. I love it. And I love little moments like this where you're kind of item gated from going a little bit further. So yeah, I know that it would be easier if we leveled up at that one cave a little bit south of here where a bunch of rock type Pokemon are hanging out, but I want to just take the opportunity to fight a couple of Pokemon around here just to sort of get a lay of the land. Of course, I already captured Machop in this exact route already, so thank God I do not abide by the clause that I gotta spin a prize wheel every time I land a critical hit anymore. That was honestly, by the end, I know I tried to kind of hide it a little bit on stream, but by the end of that, I was really not having it. I was really kind of getting fatigued by it. Of course, you can still make me do some of the things that previously I used to do when I had the prize wheel. If you want to make me, for example, draw a Pokemon from memory, you can redeem some cozy points to do that. You want to make me do a shot of hot sauce, you can redeem some cozy points as well. You can also redeem some cozy points to make me hydrate on command if you want to watch me guzzle some water. Those are all options at your disposal, so know the power that you wield. Okay, let's see here. I don't want to spend like too much time leveling up and whatnot around here because ultimately we got to keep things moving on this stream. We've been gone for 10 days, which I was really not planning on doing, and I want to kind of make up for that. But I just want to make sure that my team is sufficiently leveled up, because unlike last time around, you know, per the rules of this Nuzlocke run, I'm not allowed to use any items in battle. You think back to my Pokemon Emerald Nuzlocke run, for example, and like I was saved in the Brawly fight in that battle by the fact that I used a hell of a ton of potions to kind of heal up the flying type Pokemon that I was using in that gym battle. And obviously that will not be something we will have at our disposal here, so I gotta be careful. Okay. I was really hoping I could have used New York in that previous battle. If I can I just want to get New York to a point where it has an electric type attacking move. I don't need to like necessarily level it up as high as the rest of my team, but I want to have it learn like Spark or Thunderbolt or whatever, just so that if I have to send it out against Cranidos at the end, it can hold its own. Yeah, this is just, it's not, having Tackle at my disposal is just not cutting it now that I have two Pokemon on my team that have Water Gun and Karate Chop, respectively. And Tackle we go. Come on. There we go. God damn it. How? I was so convinced that that was gonna KO it. Alright, here we go. Oh my god. I'm in hell. Thank God I leveled up. I would have been pissed if I did not get anything in compensation. Oh, look at that. Three points of my attack stat. That is like not insignificant, but it's unfortunate I did not learn any new moves. It's a good thing that we're like early off enough in this run that like we can still like get a lot of experience points just fighting random enemies in the wild. Oh, you know what? I don't remember. I remembered that Platinum like sped up a lot of aspects of the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl that previously took a hell of a long time. It seems like they didn't really speed up the rate at which you gain experience points, so if it keeps taking that much time for my experience point meter to fill up, I might just go ahead and hold down the fast forward button when that happens. There we go. Okay, like I said, I still want to continue leveling up New York a little bit because we need to get it to, again, a point where it just knows one electric type move. I'll try to get it to level 12 here. If nothing happens at level 12, I'll return back to the Orberg Mines and level up some of the rest of my party. The good thing about fighting a Machop is that these wild Machops only have low kick, which is actually the one move that you would want them to use on you, because even though Machop has great attack, low kick is not very effective against a very light Pokemon like my New York. Excuse me. New York needed about 200 experience points to level up. So oh man, using the speed up is starting to become addictive. Yeah, I got 600 there, so I need... Oh wow, there we go, making up for my previous Ponyta battle that didn't really yield a lot of experience points. Also, hold on, the thing about Ponyta, and I discovered this during my Pokemon Leaf Green run, is Ponyta and Rapidash weirdly provide a crazy amount of experience points. I don't know why. Look at that! 152! We battled a Machop a moment ago that was like almost the same level, and it only yielded 62 experience points. What? In what universe are Ponyta and Rapidash the Santa Claus of experience points? What the hell is going on? I'm not complaining, it's just so weird. Well, at least it means we'll be able to get done with our experience gaining real soon. Look at that, a level 5 Ponyta, 108 experience points. What the hell? It's level 12, it still doesn't know anything. Maybe if I get it to level 13, it might learn something. Actually, you know what? I think it evolves at level 14. You know what? Let's go back into town. Hey, 2+1. Nice to see you again. It's unfortunately been a little bit longer since my last stream than I wanted it to be. Last stream where I started off my Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke run was on October 3rd. I was really hoping to get back to it a lot sooner, but unfortunately Canadian Thanksgiving kind of took precedence. I talked about that at the beginning of the stream, and I didn't really go into much detail there, but yeah, this Canadian Thanksgiving, we decided to head up once again to our cottage in the Eastern Townships. We had my aunt, uncle, and cousin over for the meal, and we cooked all sorts of good stuff. All sorts of good stuff that I helped out a lot on. In terms of main dishes, kind of like the main sort of centerpiece of our meal that I played a large hand in helping prepare was basically this stuffing dish that featured leeks and mushrooms and all sorts of crazy spices and apples and caramelized onions and non-caramelized onions and whatnot. Amazing dish. Comes courtesy of an online, look at that, 26 experience points. So little compared to Ponyta. Yeah, that recipe comes courtesy of the Kitchenista. Go find her online and buy her holiday handbook. I think it's called like her holiday food cookbook handbook, something or other, because I got it from there and it has never failed me amidst the like three or so times by now that I have made it. We also had turkey, although it was a store-bought turkey. We had some roast veggies. Still, by the way, really good despite it just being a normal store-bought turkey though. It's just we didn't want to make a big-ass turkey as like the centerpiece of our meal. Some homemade cranberry sauce that I made myself from actual bona fide raw cranberries. We had, what else? Of course, we had a nice little salad that my mom arranged for the crew. Here we go, here we go. The man of the hour, or rather the horse of the hour, Bonita. I also made some gravy, homemade gravy that went with both the turkey and the stuffing. I helped my mom make a lentil-based shepherd's pie because some of the people at our Thanksgiving meal were vegetarian, so I wanted to help her prepare like a main protein-rich dish that they could enjoy. And I'm pretty sure I'm missing something else that is not immediately coming to mind, but those are basically like the main, that was sort of like the main spread at our meal in terms of the main dishes. And then, oh, look at that critical hit. Come dessert time, things got extra super special. To begin with, here we go, Spark. This is exactly what I wanted. I think I'll leave it at that. All right, and with that out of the way, yeah, I guess, I suppose I can continue leveling up Montreal. The problem is Montreal is not going to really be of much use in the battle until it levels up, and it's probably just a little bit too arduous to fully level it up at this point, so I'm going to switch my team around a little bit. I'm going to head back to Orberg Mine. Again, please don't mind the slightly garbled music. That's unfortunately a side effect of using the speed up, which is otherwise very convenient. So yeah, dessert time. I helped my mom make a delicious apple pie. It unfortunately broke apart a little bit when we were baking it in the oven because it weighed too much, but that was real special. First time in a while making an apple pie. And we made it from scratch using apples that we actually picked ourselves from a neighbor's orchard in the country. On top of that, I also made some, basically, the best way of describing them is they're like Oreo flavored Southern biscuits. If you're familiar with like Southern biscuits, those like very kind of flaky, kind of buttery bread thingies, I made like an Oreo version of that had little like Oreo cream fillings in the center of them and a kind of like warm, kind of like cream-filled gravy that you could pour on top of them, much like actual bona fide Southern biscuits. It was real good, and not as sweet as you would think, by the way. It was more buttery and flaky than it was a sugar bomb, which a lot of people in my family actually appreciated, because I'm actually part of a cursed lineage of Kazinas that are not very appreciative when it comes to sugary foods, but we won't get into that right now. So yeah, all in all, it was a fantastic meal that I kind of had my hands all over, which I'm very proud of, like, because I feel like in years past, typically Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving meals, Christmas meals tended to be things that like my parents were largely kind of organizing on their own, and this time around I was happy to finally like really play a part in them. I distinctly remember years ago us having a Canadian Thanksgiving meal where the centerpiece of the meal was like a lentil soup. And I remember at the time being like, yo, I obviously I appreciate you guys cooking for me and providing me with nourishment. I'm not complaining about that, but who has a lentil soup as the centerpiece of their Thanksgiving meal? And it was in that moment that I realized, you know what? I have to be like Gandhi. I have to be the change that I want to see in the world. If I want my Canadian Thanksgiving meal to be something a little bit more special, I have to play an active part in making it special myself. It's a Zubat. The one Pokemon that we can't really fight, so I'm just gonna run. And so yeah, this time around I really played my part, and I think the results speak for themselves. And yeah, the only problem is, of course, as you would expect, a meal that large resulted in there being a lot of cleanup afterwards. And I want it to be known that I really played my part in the cleanup afterwards. Again, that used to be very much a thing that the parents would deal with, and I wouldn't really participate all that much in. This time around, I showed up. I played my part. I cleaned plenty far and wide on that day in history. But unfortunately, I really was hoping that we would be able to clean up in time fast enough that we'd be able to drive back home from the country to Montreal, and I could host another stream on that evening, and it just did not happen. On top of that, I also offered to drive home as well, because I'm like, you know, I need to keep up with my driving practice, get my license sooner rather than later. And I was like especially exhausted by the end of it. I was not super exhausted in the car. I do want to be very kind of clear right here and right now that I was not unsafe driving down, or rather driving back. But like by the end of it, I was like, I don't even want to be like, hey guys, it's 2 hours later than when I normally do these streams, but here I am live and ready to go. Like I was too tired even to do that. So yeah, unfortunately it didn't happen last Monday, but hey, we're here. And yeah, I was seconds away from saying we're here, we're queer, and I realized that's maybe not something that you should just blurt out randomly, even in jest, if you're not queer. So yeah, glad I stopped myself there. All right, let's see here. Madrid, I'm almost tempted. Like, I know that Madrid is like making pretty quick word of these Geodudes. I almost am wondering. I'm almost wondering if maybe it actually might be worth to kind of go back and see if I can grind some more experience out on the Ponytas and Rapidashes from earlier, because those guys were awarding crazy amount of experience points, and I'm encountering I said like Zeo. Fuck! I was combining both Geodude and Zubat mid-sentence. Yeah, I've been encountering a lot of Zubats around here, which is definitely not helpful. Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? That is like no joke, the 5th Zubat within 1 minute. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna grind out a little bit on the Ponytas, because I think that they would be a more worthwhile source of experience points, IMO. All right. Of course, I'll still continue to fight any rock-type Pokemon I should encounter while trying to get out of this cave. I won't be picky, you know. Here's the thing, right now, Madrid and Psyduck are both at level 12. I'm trying to remember what Psyduck's name is. Point is, these two guys both at level 12. I want to get them to level 14. I feel like level 14 will be more than adequate for the gym leader, who I suspect probably only has Pokemon that go up to level 16, so I feel like that will be more than adequate. I very rarely, if ever, use Focus Energy, so I have no qualms deleting it. And Foresight potentially could come in useful. You actually battle the Ghost-type gym leader quite a bit earlier in this game. The only problem with the Ghost-type gym leader is, of course, she has a bunch of, like, Haunters and Gengars and all those Pokemon that are not hurt very much by fighting type moves, even when they can get hurt by them. So it doesn't actually matter that much. I'll just swap out to San Diego for this final little leg of the mine before we get out of it. Oh wow, no last minute Pokemon that I encountered there. Alright, Ponyta, let's go. Yeah, there we go. That's how it's done. If we encounter like 6 Ponytas in a row, we will be ready to take on the gym leader within like 6 turns. That's how amazing these guys are. Oh wow, really? Yeah, I thought it would that would for sure be like a one-hit KO. Seems like I'm actually gonna need, seems like I needed slightly more than 300 on that one. Hey, just 3 more levels and we're good to go. Hope everybody in the chat is having a fun time this evening. I am not as tired today as I've been on previous days, but I definitely need to get better at going to bed earlier in the future, because I definitely have been slacking a lot in that regard. I feel very bad about it, especially when I wake up in the morning and I gotta take a shower and hop, skip, and a jump to work as fast as I possibly can, with very little energy in my veins as it happens. It's a good thing that all the Pokemon around here are pretty easily taken down by my water-type moves, so even when I'm not encountering a Ponyta, at least I can make some progress. But look at how measly that experience point gain is compared to the might that is the mighty Ponyta. I was really hoping that we'd be able to cap this level off with a Ponyta, but instead it had to be a Geodude. Alright, once we get this done with we will both be at level 13, which means we're only going to be 1 level away before we are ready to move on to the big leagues. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not expecting to learn any cool new moves once we actually get to level 14 for both Pokemon respectively. I want to say that in this gen, Psyduck and Golduck had access to like a little bit of a bigger repertoire of moves. I know that Golduck eventually will learn how to use Zen Headbutt naturally in battle without the use of a TM, but I don't remember what else. I know I want to say that they learn Water Pulse at some point. Gotta love that critical hit. Oh, 2 pulls 1 just redeemed. I'll draw a Pokemon from memory for 1,000 Cozy points. Well, you put your hard-earned Cozy bucks on the counter, which means that I must comply. Let's go ahead. Let's take a quick little break from our streaming shenanigans, and let's draw ourselves up a Pokemon. Give me just a second real quick. I am going to grab my marker and grab my drawing board. Are there any specific requests, any additional requests that you have with regards to this Bidoof drawing? Because up until now, I've just tended to draw whatever Pokemon is demanded of me with kind of not much else thought into it. If you have a specific idea for how I could do this drawing, by all means, let me know. Remember that I am not a professionally trained artist or a good draw person. I am just a dude with a drawing pad and a marker. Tuples1 says, Bidoof on the beach. All right, I can do that. I can do that. It's not going to be a particularly detailed beach, but I will definitely do my best. All right. Well, you know what? Let's start off by drawing the shoreline of the beach, as it were. Decide to give it like a kind of a slightly wavy feel, and then you can imagine that what I'm currently drawing right here is the water, the waves, right up against the edge of the shoreline, letting you know that we are leaving the world of terra firma and entering into Neptune, aka Poseidon's domain, the domain of aqua, of water, of mizu, of lo, of pick whatever word you want to use to describe water. All right. Now the thing about beaches is that beaches are covered in a lot of sand. It would be a little bit difficult for me to provide kind of sand here, there, and everywhere in a really kind of realistic fashion. But let me just draw Bidoof first. Now remember that I am drawing Bidoof from memory. I realize right now on screen that I can actually see my little kind of chibi, kind of 8-bit version of Bidoof from my Poketch. But it's not like that's like a super great reference. So I'm not going to look up any other piece of kind of visual reference on how they draw this guy. I'm just going to kind of start a little bit here. The thing about Bidoof is that he has these sort of like tiny little kind of bunny ears. It's kind of a round, kind of longish forehead, and another little bunny ear like that. Now the thing about Bidoof is that he almost has kind of like, it's hard to describe, but it's almost like a beard. It's like a bunch of like kind of bulbous thingamabobs of fur that kind of jut out like that. And the thing about Bidoof is he also has these sort of like tiny kind of stubby, well not tiny, they're like actually kind of thick, stubby little leg things, and he has these sort of like swine-like hooves at the bottom of them. I'm going to actually color these in just to kind of indicate that these are not your normal Pokemon feats that we're dealing with here. Let's see. Let's move on to Bidoof's face next. Now, the thing about Bidoof's face is that his eyes, real easy to draw. They're just two little thingies like that. But his actual face itself gets a little bit complicated because there's like a much lighter patch on Bidoof's face. And then underneath that, you have his mouth, which is like actually a much darker color. And I want to say that that's around the size of his mouth. I'm just going to like very lightly kind of color it in. And then you have his little hamster teeth kind of sticking out like that. I think that's sort of more or less what we want to go for. And of course, I am going to draw the rest of his body. I realized in retrospect that I probably should have maybe drawn Bidoof a little bit more centered, but it's okay. It's not like the rest of his body is like the most interesting thing ever. So you kind of got this big kind of like round hump of a body. You have another one of his legs just hanging out here, you know, being cool. And as for Bidoof's tail, it's real interesting because Bidoof actually has a tail that's sort of like a smaller scale version of Vulpix's tail, because it's like sort of like these three kind of curly thingies. Guys, I have no clue how that happened. I was just drawing away on my sketch pad, and then I think what happened is I accidentally hit one of the keys on my keyboard by accident. I'm just quickly checking all of my various audio mixer thingies and sources. Seems like everything's okay. Seems like everything's good. Doesn't seem like I accidentally turned on something that I shouldn't have turned on, and now unnecessary music is blaring in the background. Sorry about that. I don't really know what happened. I will try my best in the future to not do that as I draw our wonderful illustrious Bidoof. I was so getting into it that I just put too much pressure on Bidoof's tail. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and let's just finish up Bidoof's tail. Alright, and now I feel like it would only be appropriate if I added a little bit of beach fun to this Bidoof drawing. So let's draw a nice little sandcastle. Nice little three-dimensional sandcastle that good old Bidoof's trainer built in the sand, because you know that Bidoof himself not actually capable of doing anything quite this complex. There we go. It's not a particularly amazing sandcastle, but you know, it's a start. You'd have to imagine that it's just a young kid who's raising Bidoof, because any other trainer would try to, you know, use any other Pokemon, literally. And finally, I'm just going to insert a little kind of shovel in the sand, just a couple of ridges here to give the shovel some texture. And you know what? I'm just going to put a little bit of dots here, there, and everywhere to kind of, again, indicate the fact that we are on the beach end. The beach is filled with all sorts of minerals and rocks and sands all about you that make for a kind of wonderful and unusual little vista. Okay, let's go ahead and let's switch over to our main camera view. Oh, hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Give me just a minute. There we go. Et voila. Tuples, it's good old Bidoof having a good old day at the good old beach. Again, not perhaps the most realistic depiction of the beach, or Bidoof even for that matter, but I think I captured the spirit of both quite well. Alright. Without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get right back into the game. Here we go. In the future, I'll have to set it up on my Stream Deck so that I can more easily transition from my like Pokemon drawing scene to my kind of main enlarged webcam scene. Something I didn't realize I'd properly set up until I tried to do that a moment ago. Whew. For all the hard work that I put into that Bidoof drawing, I do hope that I can encounter a Ponyta yet again. Thank you, Tuples1. I very much appreciate getting the opportunity to do something fun and artistic, and I hope that you will treasure it forever and evermore. Whew. Man, this particular road, very stingy when it comes to Ponytas. Also, I gotta get... It was actually getting a little bit hard towards the end to draw on that sketch pad. I gotta get a new black marker. Maybe I can get like a really kind of like thick black marker. I can get like some thin ones. Maybe I can get like a whole kind of like set of like different kind of like thickness Sharpies to kind of really take my Poke drawing game to the next level. A little bit, gotta say, a little bit of a weak level up. I was kind of hoping that Madrid would gain a little bit more of attacking power. New York leveled up just a few levels ago, and he gained 3 points of his attack when he leveled up, and yet Machop, a Pokemon renowned for its strength, couldn't even get 2. It's a little unfortunate. All right. I could actually go back down towards Orberg Mine and level up a little bit there because... Oh, nope, hold on, hold up, hold the phone. We have a Ponyta on our hands. We have a Ponyta situation up and coming. Let's do this. Oh, excuse me. I generally won't do speed up when I'm kind of choosing what moves I want to use in battle, because I always want to keep my mind sharp and not make any accidental split-seconds decision, which can obviously work out very poorly for you in a Nuzlocke run. But once the attacks are out in the open and I'm earning experience points, all bets are off. And there we go. Ooh, am I going to level up? Ah, damn. Well, I'll probably have to battle 1 or 2 more Pokemon, but then we'll be good. Then we will be good. And there we go, level 14. Let's see what our stat improvement is like. Ooh, more special attack and more special defense. Only 1 more in defense, though. Oh, we got Disable. That's actually... That could come in useful. The problem is I don't know if Cranidos will be faster than us or not. But I will definitely we'll definitely delete Water Sport because that's not a particularly useful move right now. In fact, this actually, like, no joke, this isn't even an exaggeration. Pokemon Platinum might actually be literally the worst game for Water Spout to exist inside of, because there are so unbelievably few Fire-type Pokemon in this entire game. In fact, I didn't even realize this when I was picking Chimchar. Chimchar and his evolution, some of the only Fire-type Pokemon we can get in this game. Even like some of the new ones that they introduced, like Magmortar, are actually gated until after the Elite Four, if you can believe it. So, yeah. Okay. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start with Madrid. Again, I don't remember whether or not Cranidos has Zen Headbutt, but if he does have Zen Headbutt, that is actually going to create problems for Machop. So I'm going to have Machop take care of the Geodudes that are going to come out first, or maybe it's a Geodude or an Onix, whatever. I'm going to have him deal with the non-Cranidos Pokemon, and then I will switch out Psyduck for the Cranidos. I'm glad that after this they did away with having Rock-type gym leaders all the time. I thought it was getting a little bit kind of tired of a concept. I understand that you want to have a gym leader right off up front that like is very easily defeated by the Pokemon types that you probably chose when you started out, but yeah. Oh, here we go. Stealth Rock, one of the more significant new moves that was introduced in this gen. Stealth Rock, I mean, a pretty powerful, situationally decent move that can actually like do a lot of damage to your Pokemon if you're not careful. The thing about Stealth Rock is it does more damage if you're actually like super effectively hurt by rock type moves. Which that will only affect Chimchar if we were to send him out in this battle, but it will not. Even so, like, look at that. Not, you know, San Diego, not like obviously flying or fire type, but still like hurt a decent-ish amount by it. You definitely understand why Stealth Rock is such a devastating move. Alright, here we go. Cranidos. This Pokemon doesn't look like it, but he can actually do a lot of damage. His headbutts can really take a filling out of you. So I'm going to Water Gun. Oh, fuck. I was not expecting him to actually hit first. Well, I'm happy. Fuck. I think I'm happy that that attack connected and that his headbutt didn't immediately knock me out, but we're at a little bit of a standstill here. He's definitely faster than us. That much is undeniable, and because we can't use items in battle, if I keep San Diego out for this turn, I mean, I will allow myself to switch in safely to whoever is waiting next, but San Diego's gonna die. I just want to check. I want to check real quick. I want to see. All right, San Diego only has 21 speed. Now we do have another Psyduck that we can always level up if we need to, and it's not like I wasn't like really like planning on really using Psyduck or Golduck for the remainder of the run. It could be cool because, you know, Psyduck, Golduck, not really Pokemon I tend to use a lot on these Pokemon runs, but like it's not like I'm super attached to him. Let's see here. Madrid, slower than him. Montreal, I think is actually the same level, but we don't want to use Montreal. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. New York, slower than him. Okay. Well. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold the phone. Tuples1 asks, do you have Discord? That's actually not why I said hold the phone, but so at the moment I don't have a Discord of my own. However, I do have a Discord that I'm a part of that belongs to the podcast that I used to formerly run called Press YYZ. If you can give me just a second. Hold on a sec. I'll just type it in the chat. I thought that I had a command for it on the Stream Deck, but I guess I might have removed it so I could replace it with something else. That link should work. If it doesn't work, you can let me know. But yeah, I hang out a little bit there. Truthfully, to be honest, I tend to kind of hang out on some other Discord servers a little bit more. I tend to hang out a lot on the official Discord server of the Comedy Button. So if you want to see me and some other cool peeps in action, you can go over to that one over there. At some point, it's one of those things where like it says it's invalid. Yeah, like to be honest, like there's just not a lot of activity there. I would say that you should probably go and check out the Comedy Button's Discord server instead, which is again not a Discord server I own. It's just a Discord server for another group of peeps. But it's where you'll kind of find me up and doing my thing. Hold on a sec. It's taking me a while to, if I go to Discord. It seems like that invite is invalid either. Anyways, just I recommend go online, find the Comedy Button, and you'll probably find a link to their Discord over there. And yeah, hopefully we can kind of connect there. The thing is that like to kind of talk brass tacks, I didn't set up a Discord for myself because it's just one of those things where like right now I just don't quite have the fan base to really kind of like make a Discord of my own, something that I actually can really kind of sustain and kind of use in a meaningful fashion. At some point in the future, eventually I will get to the point where like actually making a Discord server for myself will actually make sense. But it's just, right now, like if I only have like myself and like 2 other people there, it's kind of like how worthwhile is this, especially when I have, you know, I'm certainly not lacking in other things and other distractions that are sort of like occupying my life. So I hope you understand, Tuples. But you know, things might change in the future. Okay, let's get back to the battle. I just remembered that San Diego is holding a Quick Claw, which means there is a 3 out of 16 chance that next turn he might strike first, and if he strikes first, I'll be able to actually take him out without him taking me out. It's a long shot. It might not work out, but there is a way through. There is a way through. All right, or he could also, I mean, he can't miss headbutt, but he could use another move and, you know, not hit me. So let's see if we can make this happen. Fingers crossed. Oh, I didn't even think that was a possibility. Okay. I was really hoping that that would heal him not that much and that would be able to secure my victory, but I guess it didn't happen. But hey, we have another chance of potentially getting our thing to activate, so cross our fingers. Final chance, let's do this. Or maybe he'll use rock polish or whatever. Cross our fingers, hope to die. Pour one out to San Diego. I mean, I will say this. I am happy that he wasted his potion there, because that means that we don't have to worry about our other Pokemon having to deal with it. Do I want to use New York or do I want to use Madrid? Let me just check their defense real quick. RIP to San Diego, 18 and 11. Oh, I did not realize. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a sec. Is that defense or special defense? I actually did not pay attention. 21 and 17. Okay, so Madrid is actually still the better choice here, but New York is also a little bit faster, but they're both slower than this guy. So, all right, we're going to send Madrid in. Again, it's a good thing that we still have a Psyduck at our disposal, but yeah, I think Psyduck played his part in this gym battle. Also, the thing is after this, the next gym battle is a grass-type trainer. It's Gardenia, so Psyduck would actually not get a lot of use there, so let's just use Karate Chop. Keep things short and simple. Ooh, you know, in retrospect, I'm beginning to realize it was probably a little bit of a mistake that we actually switched out to Psyduck there, because I was really under the impression that Cranidos might have Zen Headbutt at its disposal, but it didn't have Zen Headbutt, it just had normal Headbutt, and as we just clearly saw in front of our own very eyes, Madrid was able to like easily take that one headbutt without it being taken down even half of its hit points. So might have actually worked out if we had just kept Madrid in for Cranidos and then switched out to Psyduck for Onyx. And level up to 16. Or nope, not quite. And that's that. Yay! We got the Coal Badge, the cleanest badge in all them Pokemon games. Ooh, is this gonna be Stealth Rock or, wow, Rock Polish? Or, yeah, I gotta say, it's pretty, like, that's a pretty powerful, a situationally pretty powerful move to actually give out that early on. Okay, well, I got Rock Polish, sorry. No, what I meant to say is I now have access to being able to use the HM for Rock Smash, so after I deposit Psyduck into the PC, I am going to make progress towards the next gym. Let's rename this real quick. A lot of Pokemon Nuzlocke Run purists will just immediately delete the Pokemon that die in battle. I like to keep my fallen comrades within an RIP box. And while we're at it, let's remove the Quick Claw. I don't particularly want to use the Zubat again. I feel like I got burned too many times by using Zubats in prior runs, so I'm gonna bring Ottawa into my party, but fat chance that I'm ever actually gonna use them. This is one of those parts that still takes a long time, so I hope you don't mind me fast-forwarding through it a little bit. Alright. I'm gonna make a point of actually switching Montreal to the front here, just because he's, wow, he's actually sagging a lot behind some of the other Pokemon in my party now. Oh, here we go. Is this another rival fight? Uh-oh. Okay, I guess it didn't happen. This is actually the one Pokemon that Montreal's actually not very good against. Eventually, 4 levels from now, he will level up and everything will be much easier. And that's actually a good point. Like, right now, I'm using Machop and I'm having a good-ass time with him, but unfortunately, Machop will never be able to fully evolve into a Machamp, which actually makes having an eventual Infernape the more desirable fighting-type Pokemon. Tuples1 says, what made you wait for your license? Are you referring to a driver's license? I know I brought that up earlier in the stream. Also, I completely missed what that dude wanted to talk about. Oh, here we go. Our first introduction to Team Galactic. Yeah, I don't recall us encountering these guys at any point earlier on in the game. What made you wait for your license? I mean, it's not like a particularly interesting story. Hold on, let me just take a quick second to write something down. Yeah, the long and short of it is, I did my driver's ed a few years ago, got that all under my belt. I took the actual kind of practical test that would have given me my kind of probationary license, and I didn't pass it, not like in a spectacular display of like poor driving, just like I wasn't quite good enough. And it was just one of those things where, like, after that happened, it was like, well, fuck. Now I'm going off to Japan on a trip. Now I'm completing my last year of university. Now I'm starting this job where I'm primarily going to be commuting to and from work on my bike all the time. All these other things came up that just made it not very convenient to, like, you know, practice driving a whole lot. So I've just not had much of an opportunity to do so. But eventually, I will get around to it. Alright, here we go. A perfect opportunity for us to use Chimchar once again. Yeah. So much for Turtwig being able to help me out at front. It's not good. Come on, Turtwig, you better really pull your weight now. Ah, come on. Really? You didn't want to attack Stunky? I don't want any more accidents to happen, so I'm going to switch to New York. There we go. Well, here we go. Our first time actually being able to use Spark. Oh, did he? Oh, Poison Gas only affects Turtwig, so I am safe. Talk about an attack animation. There are a lot of attack animations in this game that take a long time to follow through with. That one took way too much time. Well, now we're both poisoned, but I'm pretty sure the way this goes is we're actually both going to be healed after this battle. So I think it works out. Oh, what is happening there? Whoa! Look at that. I wonder, is there any advantage in me taking part in a contest during my Nuzlocke run? Because I would, at the very least, like to give a contest a shot, because I remember not really loving contests in Gen 4 in the way that I like them in Gen 3. I would like to just see if I can pull off something cool, you know? Alright, let's go ahead and let's keep going. You know, I don't... We're dealing with some pretty weak Pokemon around here, unless they're like literally grass type, like we encounter at Bidoof. I'm not really going to bother with them. Well, speaking of which, alright, here we go. If I remember correctly, we taught our Bidoof how to use Rock Smash. So we should be able to get through the rocks here, no problem. If in fact that is not the case and we did not teach Bidoof how to use Rock Smash, oh, well, might as well teach it now. Actually, we might as well just explore this one little area here for a second while we're here. The thing is, unfortunately, we can't actually explore much beyond here. Oh, look at that! Rock Tomb! Pretty useful move, albeit one that's not necessarily going to be that useful once we face off against the next gym leader, but maybe later on. Who knows? This is the same cave that we got our original Psyduck in a little bit earlier, so unfortunately there's no Pokemon that we can get here right now per the rules of our Nuzlocke run. Once we exit the cave, though, we will be in a new route, I want to say, and we should be able to get something new, but I'm actually not 1000% certain. We'll find out. Let's see here. Okay, so we are on the same route. We're just up above a slightly higher ridge. Should still be okay, though. Let's see here. Oh. She doesn't look... Her sprite doesn't look like a trainer, but she definitely is acting like a trainer the way she's looking around real rapidly. So let's go and let's have ourselves a battle. Well, here we go. One of the few instances in the entire game where using Water Sport is actually really useful. Unfortunately, it is not going to prevent me from KOing it here, so... Too bad, so sad for it. I guess I might as well stay in Fort Cherubi, even though my Ember is going to be a little bit on the weak side. Well, I do not have anything to worry about at all. That did a lot of damage. Yay, we got an awakening that we will not be able to use in battle, unfortunately. Oh, here we go. Another trainer that looks like they would be very easy to defeat with my Chimchar's Fire-type moves. Just a hunch. Excuse me. Oh, I had forgotten that Wurmple is in this game. I feel like typically, like every single Pokemon generation has like some sort of worm or caterpillar. You know, Gen 1 you have Caterpie, Gen 3 you have Wurmple, Gen 4 you have what's his face, the bagworm Pokemon, and so on and so forth. I feel like it's not common that a like generational worm from a previous gen is made available for you to also capture in the next subsequent gen. I want to say, though, that you can only actually get him by slathering honey on trees, which we are not really going to be doing because that takes a while to do. I guess if you're like a really hardcore Nuzlocke player, you could probably do it, but... Yeah, considering that these are relatively kind of short little gaming sessions, I don't really know that it makes sense. He bited, which means I'm hoping this is going to be a 2-hit KO. It is. Okay. If, for whatever reason, this misses, or it doesn't kill him, I'm going to have to switch out to someone to take the hit. And there we go. Kricketot is down. I gotta be honest, I feel a little bit bad having... Oh shit, I did not realize Montreal was evolving this early. I was gonna say, I feel a little bit bad having a Shinx on my team still, because I know that like Luxray is like one of the like common Pokemon that everyone had on their team in Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. Hold on, let me look this up real quick. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't immediately find the meme I was looking for, but I feel like it's very typical for a lot of people who played Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, that their team consisted of something like their starter Pokemon, Luxray, what's his name? Staraptor, because he's like one of the few really good generational bird Pokemon, Lucario, and then like 2 other mofos that you can get here and there. Like, I feel like that tended to be like a super common kind of combination. So I feel a little bit bad using Shinx right up front, but he is a good, useful Pokemon that has sort of served me well, so. Let's see here. I just don't really feel particularly motivated to level up any of these 3 guys. Ottawa, the thing about Ottawa is that, like, he will actually be useful in the upcoming gym battle, but, like, it's going to be way easier for us later on to unintentionally stumble across, like, an already evolved, like, Staravia that is, like, of a way higher level, so I don't want to, like... Yeah, I don't want to needlessly level it up, and we can get something else later on without even really needing to put in any effort. Well, 2 Pachirisus, I guess. Not exactly as creative as that tag team from Gen 3 that had Plusle and Minun. I feel like Pachirisu might have static, so I'm going to use Ember. I'm going to use Mach Punch, actually. See if that does a little bit better. Alright, not bad, but yeah, problem is that Pachirisu is like just defensive enough that it's like not that much damage. Yay, one more level and you'll actually be leveled up too, and that would be really cool. Come on. Come on. Alright. I was hoping that we would get a last-minute critical hit in there, but I guess it didn't happen. Let's see. Oh, we have ourselves an item Bullet Seed. My god. Fucking shit. Can we take just a quick second here to talk about the good old days, and I say good old days in quotes, of using Bullet Seed in Gen 3? I was so incredibly thirsty for a quality grass type move during that time, because good quality grass type moves were like so hard to come by during that game that I taught Bullet Seed to every Pokemon I could get my hands on, and god damn, was that a shitty, unreliable, awful move. Oh man, I just have so many bad memories of like just trying my goddamn hardest to make Lombre kill anything with that move and it just not working. Well, I completely forgot about Floaroma Town. Well, I'll definitely chat with a few people around here because I feel like just a few of them might actually have some items that they might want to give me. Hold on a second. There we go. There we go. I was like, wait a minute. It feels like an opportunity to get a useful move. The only thing about Pluck is I feel like that move only works if your opponent is holding a berry, or maybe not. I don't remember. Hell yeah. Let's see here. Pick a peck of colors, flower shop. The problem is I don't feel like there's any useful, like super useful items in here that I would really want to take advantage of. Let's just go in real quick. See if anything catches my eye. Hey, why not? Again, not really an item I will ever use, but, you know, can't say I didn't do my due diligence. Oh. Yeah. I was kind of hoping that this would be where they would actually, you know, give me some actual honey to use. Alright, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to heal up my pokes, and then I'm going to head to the route that is just east of here. Unfortunately, we can't head into the woods just yet. I suspect that's probably because we are going to need to capture whatever Pokemon and or defeat whatever Team Rocket Corns are hanging out on the route just east of here. Here we go. 205, which means that we now have an opportunity to get a brand spanking new Pokemon that we previously have not had in our team, and potentially even things out a little bit more. Add a little bit more diversity, give ourselves someone new that we can use to take on the next gym leader with. Oh, who's this? Not a trainer. Now, oh, here we go. Another area where we can get a potentially new Pokemon. Now, this is the area where you actually can encounter a what's his face? Drifloon, the ghost flying type Pokemon. But it's like a special encounter that only happens like on Fridays, I want to say. So, unfortunately, there's no way of me encountering him right now. So I'm just gonna walk into the grass and take my chances. Even if it's like a more higher leveled Starly, I'll take it, to be honest. Oh! Okay, look at that! Shellos, a Pokemon that I actually had, this exact version of Shellos, a Pokemon that I actually had back when I played Pokemon Diamond for the first time on my team. To be honest, not exactly a Pokemon that we really need right now, considering we're heading up against the Grass-type gym leader, but I will definitely take a Pokemon that has a Water-type move like Water Pulse on hand. Oh, look at that, and Mud Slap as well. Uh-oh, I just realized something. Do I have any Pokeballs? Oh, don't worry. Okay. We have plenty of Pokeballs to go around. Okay, I actually hope that this captures it all in one go, because if it doesn't, and it hits us with a Water Pulse, we might actually be in trouble. Yeah, you know what? I'll definitely stick with this. I'm feeling a little bit miffed about the fact that it seems like we're just rebuilding the exact team that I had in Pokemon Diamond, which was like my starter Pokemon, which I want to say was Torterra, Staraptor, Luxray, Gastrodon, and two others that are not immediately coming to mind, but I mean, I have nothing against Shellos. Alright, what do we want to call this dude? Again, we gotta name it after a town, we gotta name it after a cool place. What's like a cool, like, coastal town, like a cool beach place? I'm trying to think, like, what's like maybe like a cool beach place that's like a little bit more like international. I don't want to call it Miami because I feel like that's a little bit too obvious. What about Verona? Let's call it Verona. There we go. Let's see, I'll probably replace San Jose in the party with him. Let's head back to the Pokemon Center and swap him in. Oh, and we have Boizel as well. Not, I actually think I would have preferred Boizel over Shaldos, but hey, we'll get what we can take. I'm just happy it's someone new. Ooh, we're actually going to probably level up from this. Oh, are you kidding me? Man, this is taking so long. God damn it. God damn it. Why did it have to just barely prevent itself from being KO'd like that? Come on. Alright. Alright, come on, come on. So while Shinx is evolving, I'll just read a little bit about Verona. Verona is a city on the Adige River in Veneto, Italy, with 258,000 inhabitants. It is one of the 7 provincial capitals of the region. It is the largest city municipality in the region and the second largest in northeastern Italy. Between the 13th and 14th century, the city was ruled by the Della Scala family. Under the rule of the family, in particular of Cagrande I della Scala, the city experienced great prosperity, becoming rich and powerful and being surrounded by new walls. The Della Scala era is survived in numerous monuments around Verona. However, the main reason why I remember this particular city name, 2 of William Shakespeare's plays are set in Verona, Romeo and Juliet, and The Two Gentlemen of Verona. It is unknown if Shakespeare ever visited Verona or Italy, but his plays have lured many visitors to Verona and surrounding cities. And I specifically remembered Verona, not actually from the Italian city, but from Verona Beach. I was reminded of that when I was thinking about Miami, and it occurred to me, oh, if I don't want to call it Miami, I can always call it Verona. I completely forgot that I have to actually swap Shellos into the party, so I'm going to do so now. You know what? You know what, ladies and gentlemen, this is actually a good opportunity for us to take a quick little break before we head out and fight Team Galactic for us to do our Snacks and Collation segment. So let's go ahead and let's do just that. Ladies and gentlemen, let me get nice and comfortable in my chair like that. My name is Alexander Kazina, and I am oh so excited to have today's snack on Snacks and Collation. Previously, over the course of the past like 4 weeks or so on Snacks and Collation, I had to eat a whole bunch of foods that basically adhere to my whole 30 diet, which means I couldn't have any sugars, any processed grains, or any dairy in them. And it was real tough, especially towards the end when we ate those ghastly, awful olives. But ultimately, in the end, we got through them. We got ourselves over to the other side, and that means we can now once again start eating all sorts of delicious, fucked up foods that have sugars and processed grains in them. Foods like cacahuetes. Yes, that's right. We are eating cacahuetes. This is from Vico, a company that we have seen before out of France. It is curly original cacahuetes. Now you're probably wondering, what the hell is a cacahuete? A cacahuete is a peanut, but it's way more funnier when you say it's a cacahuete because, of course. Now I'm looking at the back of this thing, and I gotta say, I was not aware of the fact that they had way crazier flavors. They have curly maxis. I don't know what the hell that is. They have a curly dips where it's sort of like, it looks like a human, and you can dip it in like a dip thing. They have donuts. Holy shit. I was really excited to get this thingamabob, thinking I'd really hit the jackpot. I didn't even realize that this was a stepping stone into a wider world of cacahuètes. Let's see here. Le goût de bien faire, which of course is something we've seen on Vico's products before. Sans l'huile de palme, no palm oil. Sans colorant, no colorants. And sans conservateur, no ingredients of that type that kind of like help conserve things. So yeah, these things are basically peanut flavored puffs, kind of like Cheetos, but nuttier. I want to see here, what ingredients are in this thing? Because obviously it's not a lot of good stuff. Let's see here. Semoule de maïs, arachide grillé mouillé, riz de tournesol, sel, arôme naturel. Okay, so it's basically, it's a lot of like processed corn product, but outside of that, there's not a lot of stuff. There's no sugar in this, which is a little bit surprising. This thing has a Nutri-Score of C, so lower than an A, but higher than an E. So it's kind of right in the middle there. Let's go ahead and let's open this thing right up here. Of course, we have to start with the patented bouquet. Wow, it smells like peanuts. I mean, it definitely is not missed a mark in that regard. Let's just do another whiff real quick. Yeah, it smells like peanuts. I mean, there's not really a whole lot else to say. You look inside. I gotta say, they do not look quite as sort of golden delicious as they do on the cover, but I mean, that's to be expected. I mean, let's go ahead and let's dig right in. Huh, okay. Okay. They're not, here's the thing. I realize it sounded really depressed, really kind of disappointed. They're not bad. They are not bad, but honest to God, I was expecting something a little bit more of a tang to them. Something that felt a little bit more reminiscent of a Cheeto, considering how Cheetos-like they are in terms of their shape. But these things are like surprisingly mild in a way that I think is actually a little bit underwhelming. But they do definitely have a strongly peanutty taste to them, which I can totally see fanatics of the peanut really enjoying. Hold on, I gotta say, like, these things are the opposite of the cocktail olives that I had on my previous stream. These things, they start out okay, they start out good. They have a really good aftertaste. I feel like the richness of the peanuts really comes through as you're letting it kind of mellow in your mouth. Hold on, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pop a whole bunch of these dudes in my mouth, see if this really kind of ups the ante. It's good. I got a almost like a peanut buttery taste towards the end there, and you know how much I love peanut butter. I'm just gonna have one more handful and then I will render my verdict. Again, I wish that these things had just a little bit more tang to them. I wish that they were a little bit more of a kind of complex taste than what is ultimately an overwhelmingly peanutty flavor with not a whole lot of nuance to it. But I gotta respect just how peanutty they are and how rich that peanutty taste comes out when you really kind of let them marinate in your mouth. Not my favorite snack I've had on this show, but these are a very solid 7 out of 10. I know there are a lot of other snacks I've given 7 out of 10 to that I've been very iffy on, but this is like a very kind of complimentary 7 out of 10. I feel like we initially started off in kind of an awkward place, and I feel like they worked their way up to being a 7 out of 10, and I gotta respect them for that. Alright. Let's get back to the game. Let's see. These two guys will stay at the bottom for the time being. Alright, let's do this. Oh no. Okay, so we actually can't enter that area at the moment, which means we actually have to deal with the Valley Windworks people. Yeah, this is actually, I'm a little bit under-leveled for this dude, so I'm actually going to go ahead. Well, Montreal still hasn't even caught up to the Chop, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send him out. Aw, are you kidding me? I will sail it for 1 attack to see if I can maybe get the edge on him, but God damn it. I do have an awakening in my bag, of course, but I can't use it per the rules of not being able to use items in battle. Fuck. Come on, here we go. Alright, 1 more attack and we'll be good. Goodbye. Alright, I guess we're gonna have to return to the previous area then. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I was mistaken. This is the entrance to the forest, and this area over here, place that those previous galactic runs were hanging out at, is the entrance to the flower patch. I had completely forgotten about this area. Here we go. Are we having another double battle? I feel like this game has been lacking in double battles up until this point. I guess not. I would actually be down to have a Stunky on my team. I think it could actually be kind of fun. Let's see here. Let me use Water Pulse. Ah, come on. Yeah, it's just not worth it. I'm gonna swap out to New York. And that's it for that Team Galactic dude. Oh, man. Oh, I get it now. I bet that the old man that they were battling is going to be the dude that's going to actually give us the honey now. Zubat's a little bit weaker than the other dude we were fighting earlier, so let me just I'm gonna use... yeah. I think Water Pulse will actually be able to take it down, unless I'm actually hurt way more by we'll see. I think this is going to be very close, but I think I'll be able to take it down just in time. There we go. Goodbye to Zubat. Yay! Level 10. I guess I'll probably just switch out. Zubat doesn't have Pursuit, so we should be okay. I feel like there's no Pokemon in the entirety of Sinnoh that is more Sinnoh than Luxio. I don't know what it is, but Luxio's sprite, like, screams Sinnoh region Generation 4 in a way that I feel like few other Pokemon games do. Real quick. Verona is poison, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a potion to just top up its HP a little bit while I just explore this area. I don't remember. Are there any Pokemon I can get around here? None? Okay. Oh, wait a minute. There is this tree. Okay, I guess this is the only Pokemon I can get around here. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna slather it with honey, but I don't remember if, like, I can just come back in a few minutes and potentially find something. That probably will be the only tree in the entire game that I use honey with that, so... By the way, don't worry, I am keeping count of the amount of times that Verona has been hurt. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I was really hoping I could get it to the Pokemon Center without having to heal it again, but I guess not. Alright. Let's look this up. Pokemon honey trees. This is disappointing. There are 21 honey trees throughout the Sinnoh region in Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and the remakes. If the player saw there's honey on a honey tree, a wild Pokemon may appear on the tree 6 hours later. If a tree is left unchecked for 24 hours, both the honey and any Pokemon are gone. I actually can do a little bit of, like, time manipulation stuff if I need to. Maybe I'll do that at, like, the beginning of next stream, but not on this stream. Yeah, clearly I can't do this naturally. Oh, right. Uh-oh. Oh, and there he goes. I don't remember. Is it... Oh, yeah, it's Mars! The character that got a, an ancestor introduced in Pokemon Legends Arceus that was... Let's just say, quite the character. Quite the character. Uh-oh, watch out everyone, Zubat has Bite now. We're gonna get through this? We'll find out. Maybe it can, maybe my Water Pulse can confuse it. That would be too obvious. Oh. Hell yeah. It had so many chances to flinch me and it never happened. And down he goes. It's too bad that the grunts completely relinquish the rights to having a name the moment that they enter into grunthood. Give me a second. Ooh, I feel like we might have a little bit more of a tough time with this dude. Let me just do another Water Pulse to see how that goes, and then we will make our decision. Scratch. It didn't do that much damage, but again, we'll see. Oh, okay. I think we're gonna be good. Verona really pulling its weight despite being like a surprisingly small Pokemon, I gotta say. Oh, and here we go. A surprisingly small Pokemon that learns surprisingly great moves. Level 11 and already knows how to use both Mud Bomb and Water Pulse. Now, Mud Bomb, like, not like the best move of all time, considering it only has 85 accuracy, but it's still like a very powerful move from a very powerful move type that eventually... I'm just a little bit too weak right now, but next Stunky I'll face off against, I will kick its ass. Eventually, like, yeah, that Mud Bomb is going to become a powerful snap-type move for it when it evolves. Wow, goodbye to Stunky. I still hope I can catch one of you, though. We got potentially 2 more trainers to go. Let's heal up Verona another time, because Verona is on a roll. Oh wait, I was trying to battle that guy. Oh, I guess that's it. Right, so that's the thing, is that this game introduced a new member of Team Galactic. That's this dude in the back with the grayish hair and glasses. That's why Mars corrected herself a second ago when she said, no, I'm one of the 4 commanders of Team Galactic, but they don't really give the new dude with the glasses a lot to do, to be honest. Yeah, I don't really love Mars's look in this game. Her look in the other game, Legends Arceus, much better. Ooh, here we go. Bro, you have one more shot to cinch this. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Things are working in our favor, but I suspect we will probably want to switch out Verona for whoever is going to be next. Ugly. Okay, so we have either Madrid or Montreal who we can send in for this one. I've actually not given Madrid enough chance in the spotlight after that last gym battle, so let's give him a chance to do his thing. I also don't want Monferno to die an unusual and unexpected early death, so better to send him in. Ah, come on. Ooh, that did a lot of damage. This better do a lot of damage on turn. There we go. There we go. Are you kidding me? What berry are you holding? Do I want to keep using low kick, or do I maybe want to... I'm going to use karate chop. I think this might actually edge it out in terms of damage. Against my better judgment, I'm going to switch in Montreal. Montreal has access to Mach Punch, so assuming Ugly doesn't unexpectedly KO me here... Oh, that's actually... all the attacks it could have done, that actually is the best. Alright, there we go. Goodbye to Ugly. Still ahead of me. Okay, Charon. That's what his name is, or Karen. I actually have no clue how it's said. I'm gonna look this dude up real quick. Because does this guy... I know, like, he has, like, one of his ancestor appears in... Pokemon Legends Arceus, but does he appear in any of the other Pokemon games? That's what's funny about this dude, is he's the most senior of all the commanders, but he's actually the person that joined last. Right, we need to heal our Pokemon real quick. Oh, perfect, we have an antidote. Alright. And I am going to skedaddle back to the Pokemon Center. Unless this place has a bed, maybe? Oh, that's too bad. I was kind of hoping it would be like the Weather Institute in Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, where you can just heal inside. See ya, Looker. Or wait, hold on. Are we supposed to still wait on him? There we go. I just need to... We're making good progress with our team. I need to get a better, stronger Pokemon that will be of greater use when we eventually have to take on the Eterna Gym Leader. Oh, here we go. Alright, hold on a sec. This is just some dude explaining the whole honey slathering technique. Shit, I was not intending to battle this dude. I'm gonna battle this dude and then I will capture myself a Pokemon. Ooh, here we go. Perfect Pokemon for us to battle. So I'm reading up a little bit about Karen on Bulbapedia. I'd completely forgotten that after the events of the kind of main campaign, Karen takes over Team Galactic in the post-game to do all the stuff involving Heatran in the kind of like northern eastern portion of the map. Gotta be honest, kind of feel like they didn't necessarily need to introduce an entirely new character just to do that stuff, but I don't know. Maybe... the thing is, I'm not even going to play through that content because it's in the post-game and I don't need to do it, but whatever. Okay. Who should I send to the front of the party here? Let's put Montreal. Okay. There's a good chance we might actually encounter another Shellos around here, but I'm crossing my fingers that that won't be the case. Let's see here. Who are we going to encounter? It's another Shellos. I mean, I might as well go ahead and capture it, but I was really hoping we could get a Boizel or what else? Like a Boizel or maybe even like again, I mentioned this previously, a more leveled up Starly. I would have been fine with that as well. I feel like Spark might actually still be a little bit too powerful for it, so I'm gonna just... God damn it. One more tackle and I'll just go ahead and see if I can capture it right away. Or maybe not. You know what? I think this game is really trying to aggravate me, so I'm gonna just see if I can capture this dude and get it over with. Ah! Yes! Ah. What do we want to call this dude? Again, we got to come up with a nice city name, something coastal. I'm gonna call this dude Seattle. And that's where it shall remain. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna switch Verona to the front of the party again, and I'm going to feed it a nice little potion. There we go. It's because I think we are about to battle a hiker that will have a lot of Pokemon that it will be able to efficiently take down. You gotta love the archetype in the Pokemon games of like the one hiker dude that exclusively has like ground rock Pokemon like Geodude and Onix. Just complete fodder for Pokemon with grass and water type moves. Ooh, I think she's going to be one of the trainers that uses grass type Pokemon. So let's just continue doing what we can do with Shellos and battle this trainer over here, and then I will deal with that trainer with Monferno. Ooh, speaking of unusual Pokemon that I don't typically use on my Pokemon runs, that I would actually be totally down to use on this one, I would be down to use Apom. I actually am quite a fan of Apom and Ambipom, and I think that would be pretty fun to use. The only thing is I think that these are Pokemon that you can only get from the honey trees, so I guess it's probably never going to happen. Okay, let's go ahead and switch Monferno to the front. Just want to see what is up ahead over here. Just trainer tips. Oh, we'll have to go back and battle that dude a bit later. Here we go, our first reappearance of Roselia. It's pretty kind of impressive that they introduced both a like pre-evolved form and an evolved form for Roselia in this entire generation. Like, I thought that Roselia by itself was like a totally fine Pokemon from Gen 3. I wasn't like begging for it to get like a pre-evolved or an evolved form, but they introduced both in this gen, and I feel like both of them were very honestly respectful to the original design of Roselia in the first place, and so I'm quite happy with that. Yeah. I don't think I'll ever use Fury Swipes, but it has a good possibility of being more powerful than Scratch, so I'll keep it at hand. Let's see. Is she a trainer? She might be. Hold on. I feel like this is one of those trainers where maybe I ought to use... You know what? What if... It just occurred to me right here, right now. What if I actually gave Ottawa a chance to level up a little bit? Because I feel like I know I've been on this big long rant before about not wanting to level it up because I can just very easily capture a more strong, a stronger kind of Starly or Staravia later on without even trying. But what if we just gave it a couple of chances to level up? Now that there are so many strong Pokemon that we're fighting. Oh, by the way, I didn't really talk about this so far on stream, but so you might have noticed that I'm currently playing in the day, even though it's technically 10:42 p.m. at night right now where I am. That's because I actually implemented a little, it's not a cheat, but it's like a workaround basically to make it so that my game thinks that I'm playing during the day, even though it's at night, via my emulator. Very useful. I much prefer the appearance of the game during the day, and I don't feel like we're missing out on a lot of Pokemon that only will show up at night, so very happy about that. There we go. Otto is getting a nice little experience point boost. You know what? I think that was worth it. I was reaching a point where like I just felt like my current team on the whole was like just a little bit too over leveled, and I figured I can afford to kind of like share around my experience points a little bit, and I don't think I'm gonna be any worse for wear because of it, you know? Alright. This dude probably has a bunch of rock and ground type Pokemon. But I vaguely remember there being, there might be something around here that I can actually use to heal my Pokemon, so I want to just see if I can advance a little bit more and use that. I am concerned Ottawa might actually die if I try to run, so I'm going to switch into New York and take care of this dude. Come on. Come on. Alright, I'm gonna run. So many trainers around here, but I'm pretty certain that this house contains what I'm looking for. Yes, it does. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I guess this is a shortcut to get back down. Oh, here we go. Item. Super potion, and actually something we can use. This game is great. Oh, hey, another trainer that's using one of these starter Pokemon. When you really think back on it, it's only the Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald games where like no other trainers in the entire game use any of the starter Pokemon. Every single other Pokemon game, Red and Blue and their remakes, clearly this game, all the other Pokemon games have trainers that are using the starter Pokemon, and in some cases their evolved forms, except for Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Those games don't have them at all. Also, that's, no, our rival has Piplup. Also, I apologize for me picking at my nose a little bit. It is really bugging me for whatever reason, and it's not a cold or anything, and it's also not allergies because I'm not, like, sneezing a lot either. I don't know what's going on. I don't have any flying type moves, so it doesn't really make sense for me to stick him in battle. Who do I want to send in? Who do I want to send in? I feel a little bit bad sending Montreal back out, considering he's way higher level than everyone else on the team at the moment, but this Machop is actually a little bit more higher level than I would like. So I think that this is the best decision for the time being. Let's use Mach Punch first. And Mach Punch again. And that was the end of Machop. Don't worry, I will switch to someone else next time. Hell yeah, Wing Attack! It took an unbelievable amount of levels for the flying-type Pokemon in the Gen 3 games to learn any flying-type moves. I gotta say, I'm really getting a huge kick out of Pokemon Platinum so far. I had forgotten just how well-designed a game this game is. 2+1 says, what is the proudest thing you've ever cooked, baked? Oh man, that is a loaded question, because I've baked a lot of stuff over the course of the pandemic that I've been proud of. this is a little bit shameless, but I'm going to go ahead and I am going to link for you my Instagram in the chat. My Instagram primarily contains pictures of my food photography, so you can catch a good look of some of the culinary creations I've been up to over there. So when I think about some of the best, craziest dishes that I've ever made, I mean, you know what? I know what my favorite dish of all time is. I think there's not really any question about this. My favorite dish of all time, like undoubtedly, undeniably, is Snake Quake, the official carrot cake. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to post another link to that in the chat real quick as well. So the story with Snake Quake, the official carrot cake, is I listened to this podcast called The Comedy Button. They have this ongoing bit on the show about how one day they're going to make Snake Quake, which is like a disaster movie in the vein of Sharknado, except even worse. And they've talked a lot about doing it, but they've never actually made it. And I was like, you know what? I don't really have the capabilities of like making an entire film movie of Snake Quake, but you know what I can do? I can make a carrot cake that is themed around this hypothetical movie that will likely never come to pass. And so I went ahead and I did just that. I baked up a huge, crazy-ass cake made out of carrot cake. I added a whole bunch of crazy frostings and whatnots to kind of dress it up, and the result, as you can see before you, if you click through to the link, is a cake-like creation that pretty much entirely defies explanation. It's sort of like, I shared it with the hosts of the podcast after I made it. They said that it kind of looks like if you took like a police sketch and what is it, that game Mousetrap, and you like combined it into one crazy creation. I'm still super proud of this thing. I think it did a good job with this one. I'm just looking at some of the pictures myself right now. All right, we got 10 more minutes left on the stream. We're going to go ahead and we are going to connect with our friend in Eterna Forest over here, Cheryl. She has a Chansey on hand, which is not a very good attacking Pokemon, but it will keep us nice and healthy. This is one of those moments where your Pokemon Nuzlocke running kind of becomes a little bit trivialized in these games, because literally your Pokemon are healed after every battle, so it doesn't really even matter. Good news, though, is that we do have the opportunity of getting ourselves one new Pokemon while we're here in Eterna Forest. We actually have two, because, of course, we'll be able to check out the mansion as well. Maybe we'll get, like, a Ghastly or a Rotom there. If we could get a Rotom, actually, that would be good. Previously, in Diamond and Pearl, you had to wait until the post-game to get Rotom, but in Platinum, you can actually get it before the post-game. So maybe I can use some expertly placed repels to get it. Wait a minute, hold on a second. I'm trying to remember. Can I capture Pokemon while we're in this, like, double battle mode? Or can I not capture any Pokemon? Because I'm trying to think right now, like, should I capture Bidoof because it's the first of the two Pokemon from left to right, or do I get to choose and capture Bidoof, which is the Pokemon that I actually really want to capture? Well, let's defeat Bidoof first, and let's see what we can do. I didn't even remember this, to be honest. Oh, well, I'm happy that Chansey is doing the same thing. That move that Chansey just used was way more powerful than it had any right to be. Goodbye to Bidoof. Alright, let's see. Can we make this work? Yeah, we can! Okay, perfect. Alright. I thought that we were going to have to actually go through the entirety of Eterna Forest without being able to capture anyone until Cheryl eventually left our party, but that is not the case. Well, glad to have a Bidoof in our party now. Let's see, what do we want to call this dude? If anybody has any suggestions in the chat, we are naming all of our Pokemon after cities around the globe. So if anybody has any suggestions, I'm open to them. What's like a city that is known? What about Jakarta? What about Jakarta? I think that Jakarta. Tuples1 says Sydney. All right, you know what? Because you went out of your way to say it in the chat, I will call this dude Sydney, but I'll keep Jakarta in my hat for when I catch my next Pokemon. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I might as well just real quick run back to the Pokemon Center, add that little dude to my party, just so we can start leveling him up a little bit. The good thing about Bidoof and Roselia is that they are part poison type, which actually will come in useful against the upcoming gym battle, because, of course, as a poison grass type Pokemon, we're 4 times resistant towards Gardenia's own grass type moves. And then on top of that, we potentially will have access to some decent poison type moves that we can use against her. I don't remember, though, what poison type moves Roselia will have at this point in this gen, though. Like, I know from Gen 3, obviously, you can learn Poison Sting, like a lot of other poison type Pokemon, but it definitely could not use, like, Sludge via level up then. And I know it can use Sludge Bomb, but Sludge Bomb is one of those moves that typically you only get pretty late into the game, so it might actually be a little bit of time before eventually we can actually properly kind of use it. Alright. It's 10:55, we're probably not going to be able to make much progress in the forest, but I'm just going to kind of chart as much of a path ahead as we can, battle some trainers, and then we will see what we want to do, how we want to end things. Oh, hey, Pachirisu. I was not aware of the fact, I'd forgotten about the fact that you could capture this dude around here. I am hoping that I can run, because if not, I would... There we go. Here we go. Cheryl, let's go. Okay. Oh, here we go. A nice little double battle to kick things off. Yeah, I'll keep Ottawa at the front of the party, and I'll just switch out to whoever I think I have to switch out to. Ooh, if she has... actually, if he has Bug-type Pokemon, I might actually be able to stand a chance with my Wing Attack. We'll see. Ooh, but she has Pachirisu. Yeah, that's not gonna go well for us. All right. Let's see, how much damage is that? I don't know. It's not that much. Chansey has like an attack stat of like 5. It's like nothing. So it's always kind of surprising when it actually overachieves and does something at all. Yeah, some of the attack animations in this game, they just take up too much time. Ooh, here we go. This Pokemon will get us a little bit more experience points. So you know what? I'm going to focus on taking up Pachirisu, and then maybe I'll switch back into Starly for Silcoon. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, this is why I'm glad that I implemented the speed up functionality ahead of this stream. And there we go. New York is at level 16. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's switch back out to Starly. Give him a little bit of a chance to earn just a little bit of extra experience points from this battle. I will say, I do like Wing Attack's animation in this particular gen. I feel like it does a good job of kind of communicating that you are being struck with a feathery appendage. Hence its name, Wing Attack. Alright, and there's Silcoon. Yeah, look at that! Leveling up all the way to level 12! Look at you! Nope, not necessary. Oh, I was not aware of the fact that they had one more Pokemon. Okay, this is actually really good, a really good experience point opportunity for Starly. Also, that Chansey is level 20. I completely missed that particular detail. It's a good thing we're going to be healed after battle. And goodbye to Beautifly. Whoa, holy shit. 517 experience points. I have never seen that many experience points all in one go. Double team. I know a lot of people don't like to see these moves used in challenge runs, but just to kind of like mix up my moveset a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead, get rid of Growl, and teach him how to use double team. No level up? I thought for sure. For sure. This guy's like one experience point away from the level up. Let's do one more battle. Get this guy over the hump. Level him up just a little bit more. Here we go. Uh-oh. Oh, so these are two psychic trainers. We actually don't have a good Pokemon that's actually all that great against him. Actually, we have two fighting type Pokemon and one poison type Pokemon on our team. This actually might be kind of... I'm going to keep him out in battle. I'm going to see how he does. This might actually be... Oh, interesting. So they don't have confusion, but they do have hidden power. And that has to be fighting type. So one of them has hidden power fighting. What does the other one have? They both have hidden power fighting. Okay, that's interesting. Interesting. Ooh, I'm gonna quick attack this dude, take him out real quick. Hell yeah. Welcome to level 14. Oof. That did way more damage than I thought it would do. And that's it for Abra number 2. Hell yeah, let's level up. Pump up those levels, Ottawa. Oh shit! Ladies and gentlemen, I had completely forgotten that good old Starly was going to evolve at level 15? Or maybe it was 14. Either way, this is a perfect way to close out tonight's stream. And can you believe it that literally up until 20 minutes ago, Starly was at level 2, and I was like, nah, I can catch another Staravia somewhere else. It's already evolved and leveled up. I don't need to level up this dude in my party. What an idiot I was. That was totally worth it. Thank you to everybody for tuning into tonight's stream. Remember, as always, that you can catch these streams live on Twitch every Monday and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. EST, and as VODs on YouTube, where they publish every Wednesday and Saturday at 3:30 p.m. EST. And of course, you can also find me over on Twitter at Alex Kozina, AlexKozina, if the tweets and the twits are more your speed. Till next time, I'm Alexander Kozina, aka Kozibear, and I am going to go ahead and I'm going to give someone a raid to close out tonight's stream. As I previously just stated, Tuples, I will be live every Monday and Thursday from here on out for the foreseeable future, assuming no unexpected random Canadian Thanksgivings disrupt my streaming schedule like before. So right now, today is Thursday, October the 13th. That means that I will be live next on Monday, October the 17th. Till next time, let's see who it is that we want to raid. I actually do have a channel point thing for if somebody specifically wants to guide the raid to a specific channel. But I don't mind taking suggestions if anyone has a specific suggestion of where I should go next. You know what? Classy 86 is playing some Ori and the Blind Forest. I had fun with that little Metroidvania game last year. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna send the raid their way. Give me just a quick second. It has to do the whole X viewers are ready to raid this dude, which always leaves you in a little bit of an awkward spot when you don't have anything to say. All right. Take care, guys. See you next Monday.